Okay, so we had the unboxing that I just did. I went Facebook Live. Now we're over here. I have my little workbench. I have everything all laid out over here. We have the motor. We have the gas can. We have the exhaust. We have the chain guard right over here. The throttle. The clutch. Or no, this is the throttle cable. We got the clutch, the ignition, carburetor, parts for the gas tank is over here. We have the what's called the actual throttle for the handlebars, the distributor cap, I guess, for the spark plug. We have this is for the sprocket for the chain and all that stuff. So what we are going to do is we are going to try to mount that to a 20-inch bike right here. This is what we are going to mount it to. Let me see if I can get that. Boom, boom. Okay, so we are going to mount it to this bike right here. Now, I very hopefully think that I will be able to get the motor right in here. If not, then I will have to chop this. I don't want to chop this. I also have new rims and I have new chains and pedals and new seat, and I got all that stuff coming. But what we need to do right now is try to get this guy right here into this right here, and I think, honestly, I think I might be able to finagle it if I have it stick over to the side a little bit. Because I really don't want to cut into this frame. But I mean, we'll see. Trial and error. First time I ever did anything like this. So we will see what happens. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so we have to try to get that motor onto the bike. You just saw me disassemble everything on this. I have to clean up the frame a little bit, but before I do that, I am going to try to see if I can mount the motor first. That's my big thing. I really don't want to cut into right here. Which I might have to. I don't want to, but I'm going to see if I can get around it. So we will see what happens. So I really did not want to do that. I'm kind of, I don't know. I hope this engine works. I've had this particular bike for a very long time, and I did not really want to do that right there. I took my jigsaw and I kind of just cut it, as you saw in the video, and now I don't know, man. That's a 95 440 red line. I just cut that off. Oh no, but this right here is pretty solid. I'll see if I can maybe cut this and mount this here. I'm not really a welder, but I do have this piece. If I do have this piece, I might be able to, like I said, cut it and put it right here. To kind of strengthen the frame instead of just throwing it away, or maybe over here. But now we have to see if it was actually worth it. Let's see. getting that motor mounted was actually kind of easy. I had to finagle it a little bit to get it in over here. Let's bring it in over here. So I kind of had to finagle it. It's kind of hard. I'm working in upside down. But I had to cut that. And then I had to, kind of finagle it in there. Now, this might be an issue where the pedal kind of hits this a little bit. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, but like right now, I'm kind of just making sure that everything fits before I actually sand, polish, paint, do all that stuff. I just want to make sure that everything fits right, and then I can get the wheels on, get everything else. I'm waiting on the rest of that to come through Amazon, but I'm waiting on all that. But I want to make sure that this is actually right. I'm going to mount the gas tank, and then I am going to mess around with the throttle and see where that stuff goes. But I think we're in a good position right now. So in the next video that I do, we'll mount the gas tank, we'll mess around with everything else, and then we will go from there. So I am Tony moving fast, Mata. So that's that, and thank you. This was part 1 of the BMX 80cc wish buy. I don't know, but I'm pretty damn excited. BMX, I don't know, bike thing. So thank you for tuning in. Hey, what's up? I am Tony making food Mata, but in this video, I am Tony moving fast Mata. TMFM. Okay, so this is the second video of the BMX 80cc rebuild. I don't know, thing I've been dreaming of doing since I was a kid. So I had to recap on the last video, I had to cut my 95 440 Redline BMX bike. I did not want to cut it. I had to cut off this piece right here to make it fit, make the motor fit. Now, I still have this piece. I've never welded before, so I'm gonna see if I need to, and if I do, I might cut and weld right here for some stability. But this is pretty strong, but just for, just to make sure, I might do that, depending. But right now, I'm kind of just seeing where everything fits, okay? This bike, like I said, I've had it for years, rode it around. It's just kind of is hanging up in my garage. And then I came up with this idea, and I really, really, really wanted to do it. So now I'm doing this, but the bike needs a lot of TLC. As you can see, I have all the other parts right there. But this bike, this is original. See, this is why it sucked that I had to cut this. I did not want to cut this frame, but I think that the end product will be all right. And I mean, I'm really not trying to sell it. And honestly, if I do this right, and if I do try to sell this bike right here, I think that like I can get some money for it because this will be pretty rad. So it's all original. It's got the original forks, handlebars, the frame's original crank. I got to do something with that. Seat post original. Everything is original with the frame, which is pretty cool. That's why I really didn't want to cut it, but to get this engine in, I had to. So now what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to mount the gas tank and put the exhaust pipe on and kind of see where all that goes, because we want to make sure that at the end of the day, I want to make sure that everything is fitting and everything is going together, so that when I actually do put the final touches and I do take this bad boy and I sandblast it and I just polish it and I get it ready to go, that everything's working. So I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna mount that and I'll get right back with you. so that took a little bit longer than expected. I was trying to figure out how some of the stuff went together, because like the instructions, they came in English, but it was for like a different model or something, like when I was going into it, and it kind of didn't really make sense, and I don't really know. So that's why, like I said, like in this video, like I'm just trying to make sure that everything fits into this small frame. So this is kind of the majority of it and where it's at. So we have the motor right here. We have the exhaust, pretty badass. Gas can. And then we have the clutch over here. Throttle is going to be right here. And then I have to put the sprocket, this bad boy, this is probably going to give me problems too, back over here, back over here when I get the tires in. So a couple of things that I ran into with this was when I cut the frame, I did cut it. And I was really, really like sad, very sad that I cut it. However, I didn't cut it enough. So like right here, if you can see it right there, I need to put the carburetor on. Okay, so the carburetor right here, right, this little guy still needs to fit up in here. But as you can see, it just doesn't fit right. Does not fit right up in there, right? So, which means I need to cut this down probably to about right here. So when this fits, it sits right here, okay? So another issue that I came into too is that I'm kind of scared about this gas tank being super, super close right here in the gas line, being super close to the engine, okay? So I do know I might be able to make like a shield or something, or I might be able to raise this up like this. I'm not too sure. I haven't really figured that out, but then yet it also like kind of prevents me from turning a little bit, but not so much. So then also, as you come down here, this is pretty cool. I like this, but I'm afraid it might hit the ground, but like, I'm actually like, this is actually kind of cool. I'm glad that it goes down below and not out on the side. So I'm pretty happy about that. All right, so now we're kind of like at the point where I'm not too sure what to do with the engine, or not the engine, the gas tank. I'm not too sure what to do with the gas tank. Like I said, like it's a little bit too close right here, to the gas line, which, hooks up into the carburetor, I think. But yeah, hooks up in the carburetor right here. So the gas line needs to go right in here with the carburetor. And then the carburetor needs to go right here. So I guess like maybe it might not be too close to the engine, but I don't really know. I mean, my guys are right there. So, and I don't want this to blow up in my face. So we're gonna see, I think I might be kind of done for this session, because like I said, like what I really wanted to do is get an idea of where everything fit. And it was good that I did that because like obviously the carburetor, I still need to cut that down. So I'm gonna cut that down. I need to adjust the gas tank, figure that gas tank thing out, so I don't blow up. And then I need to mount the chain rail. Okay, so that's like another thing on the other side that I'm gonna have to do. But this was pretty good. This was pretty cool. This is exactly what I kind of wanted to get done in this little segment. was try to map out everything. So now moving forward, tomorrow I can get some rest, go to the store, maybe something to weld this right here, but obviously I don't think I can weld that right now because now that this is here, you know, there's the whole point of like mapping this stuff out before I make these final decisions. And then something with this, maybe I could take this, weld it up here, right? And it might make the gas tank sit up a little bit higher. And I think that I would feel a little bit more comfortable with the gas tank sitting up a little bit more higher than so much lower to that. But yeah, that's it. That's kind of where I'm at right now. All right, so now what I have to do is I have to cut this pipe right here because my carburetor will not fit right here. I thought it would, and I really didn't want to cut this frame, but I had to. So my carburetor, I just need to cut just a little bit right off here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. And then I think what I'm gonna do with this spare piece is weld it to this part right here for a little bit more stabilization. And then, like I said, I might take this piece right here and put it up here and mount the gas tank. I don't know, I'm still kind of new at all this stuff, and you know, I don't know, I'm just trying to get this motorized bike up and ready for opening day because Detroit Tigers opening day is pretty sweet. So I'm gonna do that and I'll get right back. All right, so I just like elevated my handlebars and I was trying to see if I can elevate the handlebars, make the neck a little bit longer. However, this is a one-piece fork, so I can't really do that. So now I'm like, what do I do? My gas tank has to be right here. I marked some lines. However, it interferes with the turning of the bike. So now I'm like, what do I do? So I have this piece that I cut off from the frame. I have this piece that I cut off from the frame. I'm gonna try to put these two together, maybe. I don't know, weld them, and then maybe put them maybe something like this, mount those something like that, and then maybe have the gas tank up like that. I don't know, I still don't want my balls to get blown off. I don't know, we're gonna see, never welded before, but hey man, whatever. Okay, so I tried to mount the gas tank right here. It did not work. I cut this pipe to try to get it to mount right here. However, I could not weld it. I couldn't get it to, you know, work. So I'm just gonna roll with it and just pop this bad boy right on there, and we'll see. I bought some more tubing for the gas line, and then some insulation to go around it so it doesn't really hit the motor, and that's what I was really concerned about. But that's that. So now what I'm gonna do is I gotta install the tires. I gotta get like this bad boy polished. I got to get everything connected and then get it for a test run. So that's where I'm at. Okay, so I tried to install the tire, the sprocket, the rear sprocket. However, I ran into some difficulties. So now I'm just gonna try to get everything else on, mount the gas tank, get the throttle, get the carburetor, get all that stuff. and then drill out the wheel. We'll see. So I had spray painted the wheels, okay? So I was gonna buy some mag wheels, but I decided not to. I'm just gonna roll with these wheels. I didn't think that the sprocket could actually fit on it. So now I have to get the sprocket onto that wheel. Then I have to put tires on it, and then I have to mount it to the bike. I also have a kickstand that I'm gonna put on it, and then I'm gonna go from there. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so another issue. I am trying to install the sprocket, but it is not, it doesn't fit. So I'm gonna have to drill some stuff. Check this out. So I have this, but it is just a little too small. So I'm gonna have to drill a hole. I don't know if you can see it, but see, I am going to have to drill a hole into each one of these to line up. And that is going to be an issue. Okay, so 2 hours later, I finally got the rear sprocket on the rear wheel. It goes on the opposite side of the regular sprocket. However, it took me so long because these bolts that line up here, they didn't really line up over here. And I end up having to use my drill and get one bolt in the beginning, get that one secured, line it up like where it would not hit any of the spokes, okay? And the only thing that I had to do was take my drill, and I broke about three drill bits. And I had to drill on the inside of like right here on the other side, just so all of the screws would fit. And then I had to adjust them to make sure that that would be straight. For the chain, it's pretty much straight. The camera angle's a little weird, but it should be straight. So now, it's almost 5 in the morning, but let's get these tires mounted and go from there. I got the tires all set. All those are all set. So now I gotta attach those to the bike. Before I go any further with any more of this, what I have to do is I have to polish this bad boy up. Get this guy brand spanking new, install that kickstand, put the tires on so I can work on it a little bit more easier, and then I'll go from there. So that's where I'm at. And then I'm gonna buff that guy up. got the tires mounted. Tires are mounted. I got the gas tank mounted. Engine is good. Everything's polished up. We are good to go. It's starting to look like a Harley. It's starting to look like a bike. A nice beast. So next I'm gonna install the throttle, and then spark plug, and then we'll see. Let's see what happens. I have had a hell of a time with this build, and I was hoping to get it done before opening day, but that didn't happen. So I ran into a couple of issues with this, the chain. I had to break the chain on both sides, and then I had to adjust the carburetor. The gas tank is on, but it's a little tilted. I had to get a thicker gas line for that. The clutch was stuck, so then I had to take apart the engine and then get the clutch to engage. All sorts of issues with this. So now I'm in the final part, but now the chain tensioner that is supposed to hook up to the chain to make it more tight, I was not able to get that on, so now I have to screw a hole into the frame and kind of rig that. So we'll see what happens. Okay, place is trash, but finally it's done. Got this throttle, kill switch, clutch, got the brake, gas tank right here. It's a little close, but we'll see what happens. Heavy duty gas line, gas filter. I modified this and I put some more holes in here. We got the clutch line. This is for the kill switch. Wrap this around, got all this. Now this was tricky. Right here. I had to take the chain tightener, tensioner thing, and I had to drill a hole into my frame and kind of rig it up like that. It's a little close to my tire, but we'll see. And that's all set. We're all good. And the Harley's ready. So, oh, this was also, that took me about 2 hours. So, we'll see. All right, so here's the test. Everything is all good. I got the chain mounted, the chain tensioner. We're good right here with the chain for the most part. We got the carburetor, got the gas tank, clutch. Everything is good. Now it's a moment of truth. Let's try to start this and see what happens. Well, it looks like the clutch got stuck. Let's see what happens now. Adjust the chain. So now let's try this. Take 2. The chain is just a little too loose. Okay, so we know it starts. Now it's the chain. Let's try it again. 3rd time's a charm. Well, it worked. Okay. Lost my kickstand.